I'm the first player of affirmative team. Let me introduce the first members of my team. So you can see Alexander, he's the second speaker of our team, and Emily, she's the third speaker of our team. So in my team I would like to tell you our criteria, to tell some definitions, and of course I will acquaint you with our arguments. So I would like to start from our criteria. So as we know, the main purpose of modern society is well-being of that society. So, and we can see that modern type of marketing leads to moral degradation of people, of each citizen in our country and of all over the world. So, our definition is advertisement. So, advertisement is a communication used to persuade audience to purchase their products. These products may include different goods and services. By harmful we understand, so as for the topic, we would like to tell you that advertisements does more harm than good. So I'll tell you our first argument. It sounds like advertising tries to brainwash consumers. So as we know, each day we absorb a large amount of information. So walking around the streets and different watching TV, searching computer, even when you are going to check your email, you can see different bright pictures of advertisements, commercial advertisements. And usually there are no people, there are no sellers who will tell the truth about their own products. So of course they will brainwash it and tell the information they need. So this wrong information distorts our seeing of truth. So, and that leads to mistakes, and of course it's not influence good on well-being of modern society. And in the end it leads to instability and misery of our society. So that was our first argument. Also our second argument is information confuses people. So just like I said in our first argument, every day we're going on the street, we can see different billboards, we can see different pictures. Searching the internet, we can see a lot of different advertisements. Even watching TV, we can see it. So, and don't you think that that confuses, that makes you instability, makes you unstable? So these bright pictures grabs attention of different people. So let's think about drivers. Each day when driver moves on the street, he can see the bright colors and billboards, and it's a great problem because it gets attention, grabs attention of them. It's like a usual example. So of course it's cannot make you think properly. So that was our two arguments. I would like to say thanks to everyone for your attention. I think.
And the judge shows, yes, that 1 minute left. Should be warned.
I'd like to invite cross-examination the third negative.
No mistake corrections, just person speaks.
Well, how do you know that advertisement gives wrong information?
Have you ever seen the seller who will tell the truth about their products or services? Their main purpose is to get money from you and from each citizen, so that's why they won't do that.
So why do you think that others cannot understand it and filtrate this wrong information?
Repeat please the question.
Yes. Why do you think that others cannot understand it and filtrate this information?
Our second speaker will give some information about it, and also you see, each day we can see a lot of people who purchase different goods in the shops, not only in the shops, in different markets and so on. So that's why Usually people learn it.
Okay. And one more question. Don't you think that uncontrolled flow of information develops critical thinking?
Repeat the question, I didn't get it.
Don't you think that uncontrolled flow of information develops critical thinking?
No,
No.
actually it doesn't develop critical thinking of people. Because people still believe in Atlantis and something else. So that's why we cannot be sure that they will think critically.
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to invite the first negative speaker.
So, good afternoon, honorable audience. I'm the first speaker of Negative Team. Today we are playing on the resolution commercial advertising is harmful, and we truly believe that commercial advertising is not harmful. So now I would like to introduce my team. This is Sergey, the second speaker of our team, and Diana, the third speaker of our team. So first I would like to say that we agree with the definitions that were given by the first speaker of affirmative team. And now I would like to say that our criterion is well-being of the society. And we also want to reach this goal, and we truly believe that commercial advertising is a great way to reach this well-being of the society, and it is not harmful at all. So, firstly, I would like to start with the refutation of arguments that were given by the affirmative team. So, their first argument was about wrong information, and that in the commercial advertising we do not see the truth, and just everybody lies to us. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's just think that everybody has a critical thinking, and and when we just see different types of advertising, we can choose, you see, and we can just decide what is wrong and what is not wrong. We can just maybe try the product, and we can see is it truth or not. So it just helps us to develop the critical thinking, to filtrate the wrong information. And also I would like to give such fact that only 1/8 of the choice is formed by commercial advertising, and 7/8 of the choice is formed by different other factors, like, for example, friends' advices or attachment to some brand names. So when we are buying the product, we do not only judge by the commercial, we also judge by different other factors. So now I would like to say about the second argument of affirmative team. So it was about confusing people, that commercial advertising confuses people and drivers. And I would like to give you such fact that by the statistics, commercial advertising takes only 12th place of factors that draw away the attention of the drivers. And maybe the first place it is another cars, the second place is pedestrians, and so on and so forth. Commercial advertising only 12th place, dear ladies and gentlemen. And now I would like to present our case and give our arguments that will prove that commercial advertising isn't harmful. So our first argument is commercial advertising provides the information to the consumers. So it is a great opportunity to know about different products and goods that are appearing in the market, and it is just helps people to be on the way of the progress. You see, you can know about different new things that are appearing. And also commercial advertising gives a right of choice, because when you see a great variety of advertising, because you know we do not have a monopoly on the market. We have different brands that are promoting their goods, and when we see the great amount of advertising, we can compare it. So it leads to the well-being of society, because it develops critical thinking, and also it develops the right of choice. And also a second argument that commercial advertising raises the economy of the country, because you know each company should pay taxes for their advertising, and when commercial advertising it is always expensive, so the companies should pay high taxes. And also you see that the budget of the state it raises, and that leads to the developing of the economy of the country and also to the well-being of society. So thank you for attention. And I'm ready for cross-examination.
Okay.
I would like to invite the third affirmative speaker to make a cross-examination.
Okay, so thank you for your speech. And you said that it is only 1/8 of the choice, and you said the other 7/8 is only the friends' advices. How do you think? Where do they get their opinion and other things?
Okay, I mentioned friends' advices like one factor that also influence on us. So just it also influenced by our attachment to the brand, you know, because people sometimes they like one brand, one specific brand, and they buy on it. And when you see the commercial of other brands, you will not just buy it because you just see the commercial. And you know you can choose because you know the quality of the product that you are buying.
So you know about the other brand from the advertising as well?
Of course no, because I have bought it and I tried it and I know that it has a high quality, and then I will buy it again.
Okay, so let's imagine that there is a new brand, and there are no advertising and no like big boards. So there is only one magazine in like shop. So how do you think, will you know about it or no, without like any?
I think of course, because I go to the shop and I can see this product on the...
If you don't know about this brand?
If I don't know about the brand, I can see the commercial, and of course it will just help me to know about this brand, but it won't make me buy it if it has low quality.
Thank you.
Psychological moment is present, yes? It's necessary to ask the
Yeah,
questions,
I'd like to invite the second
to
speaker of
push.
the affirmative team.
or it will be to press. A bit louder.
Good morning, dear ladies and gentlemen. I'm the second player of proposition team, and today we are going to prove you that commercial advertising are really harmful for society. And let me begin with some evidences for our arguments. Our first argument was that advertising tries to brainwash consumers. And our first player explained that it's obvious that the one who purchases this ads will to make us buy a product. And, for example, we can judge by TV show "Контрольная закупка" that only 1 or 2 brands from 5 of them are really high quality ones and correspond to their ads. And here I would like to return to the question of the negative side about how can we see if the advertisement is truly or not. And that is the problem, because those 5 brands are really recognized on the market and purchased by many people, so people just don't really know the quality of product. Considering our second argument, I would like to emphasize that most of scientists are worried about uncontrolled flow of information in modern world, and even federal surveys for supervision of consumers' rights and warns about it. And advertising take up to 25% of time in mass media and in internet, in emails. Spam takes more than half of the whole bandwidth. So advertising really brings big part of confusion. I would like to emphasize that. Now let me get to opponents' arguments. They are speaking about development of critical thinking. However, Imagine you are placed into a country where everybody speaks language you don't know. How fast will you learn this language, and how effective will be it? And this wide environment doesn't develop critical thinking. It just confuses us, and it will be better to develop it with some other methods, for example, debates. So thank you for your speech. I'm ready for questions from the first player.
So I would like to ask you such a question. You are sure that commercial advertising is really harmful, so can you just maybe say some other method of promoting the goods for the companies just to show their new products and to promote them to
well,
the market?
if product is really useful, then it will be surely announced in mass media. And again, the question is, what's the real help of advertising if it plays only 7% role in choosing products? So it's really useless there. Any more questions?
No, thanks.
I'd like to invite the second negative speaker.
Good morning, dear ladies and gentlemen. My name is Serge, and today I'm the second speaker of the negative team. So to start with, I would like to say thank you very much to the third speaker of our today's proposition team, because there was such a great example for our first argument. How can a person know about a new product if there are no advertisements and only one shop? Thank you. It was great. It showed us that you agree with our idea. Next, dear ladies and gentlemen, frankly speaking, don't you think that the majority of information in the ad isn't truth? Everyone knows it, and it means that 100% of people in this auditory knows that the information in the ad isn't truth enough to buy a product. That's why they use their critical thinking again, and they just buy what they want. That's why I'm absolutely sure that this fact and this example wasn't very strong. Next, I would like to support our arguments. The first was the promotion of new products. Again, there was an example from proposition. And also, I'd like to say that concerning state budget, the site Biblioteka.ru claims that advertising tax is one of the highest. It means that our government is paid a lot for using advertisement, and it improves our life, it makes the society better. After it, I would like to support and to give evidence on the second argument, which was the improvement of the economy. The site Granders.ru in the sphere of marketing says that in the advertisement industry there are more than 1 million people in Russia. It means that it's not harmful, it's is an opportunity to pay money to citizens and to people who live in this country. That's why it improves the economical situation, and that's why it can be harmful. So, finally, I'd like to say that we proved our arguments in a good way, and again, our opponents made a little fact which supports our position. Thank you for your attention.
Yes, we applaud.
I'd like to invite the first speaker to make a question.
Yes. I have a couple of questions. So, first, what do you mean when you said that our government supports commercial adverts? I would like to remember you to tell that we are speaking about commercial advertisements.
Thank you very much. I said about the fact that our government is paid for the using of commercial adverts by businessmen. And then it pays for education, for medical security of people. That's why it supports the people, but not the commercial.
And what can you tell me about, please name me the cities where the budget gets some money, real money from advertisements.
Fortunately, I can't name all the cities in Russia, excuse me, but let's start from Moscow, St. Petersburg, Murmansk, Simferopol, Sevastopol. Shall I go on?
Okay, so please name, could you please tell me again your second argument?
Yes. Commercial advertisement improves and develops the economy of a country.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and now I would like to invite the speaker from the
Все удала, speakers. В каждой команде
So,
заключение.
good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and I would like to start my speech with a quote from Will Rogers. Advertising is the art of convincing people to spend money they don't have for something they don't need. So this is the bright example that supports our side that advertising nowadays is a useless thing. So our arguments were commercial advertising often gives misinformation and it confuses people. So what does it mean? How do you think? Is it okay for you when you want to I don't know, download the film? It is just a usual and regular thing. Maybe you do every day. So you have to wait for a minute maybe because you see the advertising. So it really annoys. And this is not just one example. Even when you watch films or something like that, a film goes like 5 minutes, for example, and the advertising goes 10 minutes. So you forget the plot of the film and other things. This is just the usual examples. I don't want to go to global things. And it shows that it really confuses the people, and it really makes us to think not about the life, but about the product that was advertised, and this is not okay, because we have our own problems we have to think about, not about the product. But the advertising, if it was okay, and the advertising was all the truth, and if we get the product, it would, I don't know, match the advertisement, it would be really okay. But you know that advertising is only the half of the truth, just because nobody wants to promote the product from two sides, from two medals, from the good one and from the bad one. So we see only the one side of the medal, only the good one. So when we get the product, we see the other sides. And of course it's not okay, and we get confused. So thank you for your attention. Thank you that you were listening to us, and we truly believe that advertising is really useless and it only confuses people. Thank you.
Thank you, and the last speech from the negative side.
Good luck.
Good afternoon, dear audience. I am the third speaker of a negative team. My name is Diana, and I'd like to summarize today's debate on a motion this House believes that commercial advertising is harmful. I want to remind you of our arguments. Our first argument was commercial advertising provides the information to the consumers, and we totally proved this argument. Our second argument was that commercial advertising raises the economy of the country. And our team, yes, our team believes that people pay taxes for adverts, thereby raising the country's economy. Commercial advertising is a business, right? And it's a well-known fact that when budget raises, it leads to well-being of society. Our opponents try to prove that the information which is given in advertisement is actually wrong and tries to brainwash consumers, but people are not stupid, right? We still have right of choice. In most cases, advertising doesn't make us go shopping. We would be planning to buy food, clothes, entertainments, or gifts anyway. What advertising does is to help us make better decisions about how to spend our money by giving us more information about the choices available. And when we were asking examinate questions, the opponents about how do they know that the information is wrong, the information in the advertisement is wrong. They replied that it's a well-known fact, but without a proof that the number of advertisement is having like a negative active, without this proof, the point is worthless. So I think that we proved that actually
commercial advertising.
Yes, our team believes that commercial advertising is not harmful and it's just a tool. The question is who uses it and what goals he pursues. So we prove that it's a very useful tool and we should use it. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you.